Hi, I'm Jacqueline Rinksmeyer with the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Jared Fry, General Manager of Medina TV and Public Information Officer for the City of Medina.
We are pleased to partner with Medina TV with Jared Fry and Matt Homick to bring you this Candidates Forum. Candidates in contested races were invited to participate.
The views expressed by the candidates during these candidate forums are not those necessarily of Medina TV or the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce.
The goal of the Candidates Forum is to educate and inform, but you need to take the next step. Vote early at the Board of Elections or in person on November 4th. Thank you for taking the time to be an educated voter. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the 2025 Candidates Forum.
Joining us now in studio is Kerrie Bellar from running for Lafayette Township Trustee. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. It's a privilege to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you. First, just take a few minutes and let the residents and the viewers know a little bit about you.
So originally I'm from the UK. In 2019, my husband and I bought our house in Lafayette Township. In 2020 is when my children, I've got two children, we moved in from overseas to Lafayette. My education background, I have a background that sort of spans two different places though, but the first one I started to do was business and finance, and then I went into education and mental health. I own my own business as well here, so I bought that from overseas to here as well. So it's given me an opportunity to get to know a little bit more about how business is done, how I can really function in society, and to bring that and to promote forward the business that I have now here.
Mm-hmm. So what made you decide to put your hat in the political arena and decide to run for trustee?
So while I was in the UK, I've been watching Lafayette Township for a while because I knew my house was here. And I can see that some changes are needed. One of the things that our taxpayers are really struggling with in our township is we have very high taxes. So when I looked at the possibility of being able to run, and I got my citizenship, and then I could run then, it was then because I felt that we needed a change and we needed to help our residents.
Mm-hmm. What do you feel is, as you see it, what do you feel the role of a trustee is?
So they govern and look after and oversee in things like safety, so police, fire, they govern and look after the zoning, and then there's smaller entities that they look after, but the general part of what they do is managing taxpayers' money, but being responsible with it.
Now, you mentioned one of those partnerships. I'll bring that. Right now, the City of Medina helps provide police service for Lafayette Township. What are your thoughts in regards to that partnership? Do you like it, or what do you feel about it?
I do like it, yeah. I think, one of the things I did, the Medina County Citizen Police Academy, so I got to see how law enforcement work. I got to see particularly how Medina City work, and they have a good relationship with our township. So I think going forward, it's up for renewal again. I think next year, I believe. It might be the year after, though. But yeah, going forward, I think they're a positive thing for our township to keep.
And how important is collaboration between cities, other townships, or even the county?
It's important, as in we are a separate thing, but sometimes you have to rely on other resources, and sometimes people have got knowledge and skills in other avenues. So by collaborating together, we can be better as a whole.
Mm-hmm. And then one of the things with the township, what are your thoughts in terms of economic development, in terms of business?
In our township, we don't have a lot of businesses in Lafayette. That's an interesting thing. It got annexed into the city a few years ago. Some of the businesses did. There is some need for some growth because that's where the tax revenue comes from mainly. But overall, I think if you ask the majority of the residents, they say keep it out because they want to stay rural. But yes, it would be nice to have some revenue coming in from businesses. Mm-hmm.
And one of those areas that in Lafayette Township is the Innovation Park, which a lot of people know is the old University of Akron site there. What are your thoughts of what you think should be done with that area?
It's interesting actually, because I know the board have been discussing this recently, and I know that they had some zoning plans coming in for the area. I think if we can use it, like I know that the Medina Career Centre are using it currently as well, and they've just invested more into it. I think using it for that purpose, to the original purpose it was, is good. We've got a lot of kids coming through and adults who want to be trained in things. So I think keep using it as to what it is into the future will bring in younger generations who can then have careers in our townships.
Mm-hmm. If elected as township trustee, how would you kind of come in and set the tone as far as being a new trustee on with two other trustees?
professionalism, I think, is one of the things that we need back in our township. And I think it's about generally, you've got to understand the people, and you've got to be able to communicate back and forward to one another, and you've got to have a good relationship as a board member with the other two trustees. And I think that's vital for our township.
And again, I think, what do you feel would be the biggest challenge if elected to the position? When you walk in day one, what do you feel would be the biggest challenge?
Nobody walks in knowing everything. And if anyone says they do know everything about the position, they don't. So it's just getting to know it, and getting up to speed before January comes, because you are then thrust into it, the role. So it's having the opportunity between November and January to really get ahead of understanding what's needed, and a little bit more grasp about the policies and what the revised code says we can and can't do.
Again, speaking with Kerrie Bellar, candidate for Lafayette Township Trustee. If elected, what is one of the main projects or things you would like to try to take on when you first step into office?
First thing I'd like to do is just reduce our taxes. That's a real burden on our township. The other thing is we don't have a plan going forward. There's no 5-year plan for the township. So I'd really like to have and implement the 5-year plan so that we know what projects we need to do in the next 5 years, so we can understand more about what purchases are coming in. That gives the board more than an idea of what responsibility with the funds need to be in place, and then planning and saving for the future. And I think the other thing I'd like to see is we need to gift the future to the next generation of the township. So it's really important for us as board members to think about that planning and giving to the future.
And part of that giving the future is right now with a lot of the businesses in the city and surrounding townships, as well as a little bit in Lafayette Township, is a lot of the workforce trying to find affordable housing and being able to be sustainable. What are your thoughts as far as what Lafayette Township could do in terms of affordable housing?
I think a lot of people don't want any bills put in place. I think what we've got so far, though, is great going forward. I think the biggest thing is our taxes. The responsibilities of trustees is to not burden us. And we have the opportunity to actually roll back a few of the collections. That will help lower our taxes, which will make it affordable to be able to live here then.
Again, speaking with Kerrie Bellar, candidate for Lafayette Township Trustee. If elected to the position and you work through the whole term, how would you define success at the end of that term?
By not having to go to the taxpayers for anything.
And then working with township trustees. Of course, you guys aren't always going to agree, and you're a small entity of 3. How do you work towards resolution at times when you guys maybe all don't agree on everything?
I think that's one of the issues that we're seeing currently, and I think it's important then as individuals to really not think about ourselves. It's really about thinking about what the residents want. Our personal opinions sometimes have to be put aside to think about the overallness of what the township would want.
Again, Kerrie Bellar, the candidate for Lafayette Township Trustee. Now, Kerrie, you've done a great job of answering all the questions I've had for you here today, but I want to make sure I leave the opportunity. If there's anything I may have missed or anything you would like to tell the voters directly, the floor is yours. You can talk directly to them.
Well, thank you, Lafayette residents, for giving me the opportunity to be able to serve you guys. The one thing about being an American is having the right to vote, and it's your responsibility and your right to do so, but it's your voice to make a difference in the township. And going forward, I ask for your vote, and I ask that for you to make a difference is to put someone in place who can do that for you.
Great, thank you. Again, Kerrie Bellar, candidate for Lafayette Township Trustee. Number one, thank you for throwing your hat in the political arena, and I want to wish you the best of luck in November.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.